Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures morning leap session for Wednesday, July the 5th, 2017. I hope everybody had a happy holiday, both on the Canadian side and on the U.S. side. We are now into the regular trading week, moving forward. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our, I just realized something, sorry. Take a look at the structure of the market, then our trade levels, our targets, and then we build our hypotheses for the day. We do create multiple hypotheses in order to have a plan in place for whatever the market throws at us. We do not know what the market's going to do. We can only react to the market and have a plan in place for whatever the market is doing. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. We do everything live in the go-to here during the pre-market session and then live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and the trades that we see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so taking a look at the market. So I've got this set up on a 30-minute just to bring in Thursday and Friday. And then, of course, we've got the two holiday sessions. So we're going to focus on Friday and Thursday because both are all 3 days, including the two holiday days, were inside of Thursday. So Thursday is basically going to be a profile day, and that's the day we went down and almost got to the 2400 and then closed 20 points higher, or rotated 20 points higher off of that. And then so far, we've been able to hold above the Thursday close, which was 2420, and the naked VPOC from Thursday at 1675. Fairly decent volume on Monday, almost 600 or just over 600,000. But it was a short session, as was yesterday's session. Friday was pretty tight day, but we had good volume, 1.34, and we ended up breaking the IB, and then they sold off on the rebalance into the close and rotated down fairly significantly on the close and closed down near that 21 area. The close on Friday was 21 and a quarter, just above the VPOC, which shifted on the close down at 21. And then so far we've held above those two key levels of Thursday and Friday, and we're currently trading at 28.75, just below the VPOC that was put in on Tuesday's trading action. And then above we've got Monday's VPOC at 34, and then more importantly we get into the microcomposite VPOC. Overnight session, the Globex has been pretty neutral overall, but if we gauge it against Friday close, okay, we're 100% net positive. There's been some news over the weekend in terms of the nuclear tests with North Korea. Nothing seems to be phasing this market too much. And we're right back inside, major volume and major balance, I should say. Our overnight high was just made a few minutes ago, up at 29.75. We've come off of it a little bit. Doubt we're going to get a VPOC shift. It's going to be here around 25.50 50. 25 is really going to be my over-under line for a couple different reasons. But let's just take a step back. Let's take a look at the news. News today, we've got 10 o'clock Eastern Time, factory orders. We've got IBD, tip economic optimism. But the big news today is going to be the fact that the FOMC minutes are coming out at 2 o'clock. So there's going to be some volatility coming into the afternoon. Going through the rest of the week, Thursday, we've got ADP non-farm employment change at 8:15 Eastern. We've got challenger job cuts a little bit earlier at 7:30 in the ECB monetary policy. But 8:30, we've got trade balance from Canada, building permits, and then unemployment claims from the U.S. and trade balance. And then 9:45, final services PMI, and 10 o'clock ISM non-manufacturing PMI, and we've got FOMC member Powell speaking, and then crude inventory at 11 o'clock. So a lot on Thursday, and then on Friday we have the start of the G20 meetings. Those are going to be all day. This is where we have to watch for headline news coming out of these G20 meetings. This is also the day that I believe Trump is going to be meeting with Putin of Russia. 8 p.m. we've got NISR GDP out of Great Britain, and then 8:30 we've got unemployment change and rate from Canada, and then we've got non-farm employment change out of U.S. with the average hourly earnings and the unemployment rate. And then we've got Bank of England, Carney speaking at some point in time in the day, Canadian IV PMI, natural gas, and then we've got the Fed monetary policy report at 11 o'clock. So a lot of news coming up in the next 2 days. Not so much today, but really big on Thursday and Friday. I always like to start my day taking a look at a macro to micro. I use my candlestick, simple candlestick with a 9 EMA on 20 SMA on my paper money. And then I'm looking at where we are in relation to the trend in different time frames and looking for any chart patterns and looking for strength of the trend with slope and separation and where the trend is being challenged or violated. Great slope, great separation, nowhere near challenging the trend on the monthly. We don't even do that until we get into the mid-2300s. Going to the weekly, you can see on the weekly, last week we finally broke the one-time framing up that we've had for the last 5 weeks and come down and challenged the trend. But since then we've popped up and we're above the 9. We still have the trend. Trend will be challenged when we get down into the 1550 area if we move down there. But keynote is the fact that we have violated the one-time framing on the weekly. Going to the daily, you can see that we did roll over and break below the 9 and the 20 and started to get the downward trend, but you can see that we've been one-time framing up for the last 4 days and coming up and challenging the 20 SMA up here at the 2431 area. We haven't broken up yet, but we're kind of in this consolidation area on the daily. Going to the intraday, you can see very much just consolidation after that big down move on Thursday, and basically we're above the 9 and the 20. We're holding the moving averages right now. So basically sideways consolidation on the 4-hour. On the 1 hour, you can see we're starting to get a possible start of an upward trend, but to me it's still more consolidation rather than any strength of trend. And going to the 30-minute, we do see some acceleration, some movement on the trend here, we've broken above what was the high of the night and put a new high in overnight. Going to the 15-minute, you can see that acceleration is seen on the 15-minute. We're creating a little bit of a technical gap. A move back to close that gap would be back to 2775 area, but starting to trend up on the 15-minute. And then on the 5-minute, you can see that we have been trending up but we are challenging the trend right now by coming back and testing the 9. So not a heck of a lot of information. Remember we've been in a holiday session for the last couple days. If I look at the big picture structure, and you can see that this black outline right here, that is the microcomposite from the 25th of May through to, now most people will scrub the holidays and get rid of Monday and Tuesday. I don't do that. I like to see where we traded regardless in terms of the bigger picture, and add it to the composite profile so I can see where the price acceptance and rejection. Remember I was mentioning that 25 being my over underline. You can see that we've got a CLVN there that separates two HVNs at 27 and a quarter and 22.50, but more importantly it is the upper part of the balance around this microcomposite, which is the last 6 days at the 24, 20, 25, which is the VPOC, and then that 1675 just above the key line in the sand, which has been shifted down to the 1575. You can see that the last 3 days after the Thursday have remained where we've rallied, and then we sold off. Rallied, sold off. Rallied, sold off. So we've had negative days, even though we've got one-time framing up on the last 3 days. The sellers have been coming in and pushing it down into the close and closing below the open. So we are seeing some stronger selling, but it is being absorbed by the buying. And each Globex, they keep taking it back up and trying to rotate it up. Of course, the big balance is above at 35.50. Above that, the other side of balance. The longer time frame value area high is up at 40.50. I'm sorry. No, it's at 40. And then the value area low is down here at the 1975, just below that microcomposite VPOC at 20 and a quarter. So key levels to keep an eye on, obviously 25. If we hold above 25, I'm thinking that we just chop around and drift higher. The first target is going to be above at the VPOC from Tuesday at 29.50, and then we've got the 34 from the Monday above us, and of course the microcomposite overall balance. I mean, we're right in value, we're right in balance, and we're likely just to chop around in here. If we break below the 25 though, then I'm looking for a strong move down to 22.50 and move down into the last 7-day balance, which is down here at the 20 and a quarter, and possibly even a move to test the 1575 lower side of the value in the key line in the sand. So the key line in the sand is going to be 1575. Our overnight high currently is 29.75. Our overnight low is down at 22 and a quarter. Our VPOC is not likely to shift, so it's 25.50. And just below it, okay, I'm going to put my over-under line at 25. And that's basically all the information that we get from there. I'm going to be paying attention to the Friday. There is a LVN right here at 25.25. So we've got the close on Monday or Tuesday at 25. We've got the VPOC at 25.50. We've got the LVN from Friday right there, so that's a key trade area for me. There's not a lot above that I can lean against until we get up into that 30 area and the range high. So 30.25. It takes us above the Friday high at 29.75 and above Tuesday's high, and we've got this LVN. If we can get above there, I'm going to shift it up just slightly to this LVN. So take it up into the 31, and then above 31, I'm looking for that push into the 34 and back into balance at the 35.50. There's nothing up here until we get to 36.50. That's where I've got to bring in Thursday, okay, and Thursday's high is all the way up here at 40. And this is going to be our key line in the sand above because it's the other side of the balance and the value area high of the microcomposite. So 40 is going to be our over-under line above, or key line in the sand, I should say. I'm just going to put below here. And then, of course, above 40.25, we've got that naked single at 41.75. That still is open. Take a look at it in a minute. And then the 47, and then the all-time high at the 51. Critical mass is not going to be important yet. Our month open is 22. I want that one. And then the levels below that, I'm going to be using this 1950 value area low from Friday and targeting the low on Friday of 1850. But really I'm targeting down here at the naked VPOC at 1675 and the key line in the sand at 1575. Our daily ATR has jumped. It is now running at 1753. That's the 20 period full session daily ATR, average true range. So off of the 29.75 overnight high, the daily downside ATR target is, 29.75 minus 1753. Our downside daily ATR is 12.25. And off of the low overnight of 22.25, our upside daily ATR is 39.75. Where's my daily ATR? It's not on this chart, so I'll just put it in there. What did I say that was? 39.75. All right, so those are all the levels that I'm looking at. In terms of hypotheses, my main hypothesis is an open auction, and we're talking about Friday. Open auction in range, a push-up, a false breakout above the 29.75 or breakout, and somewhere between 30 and 34, I'm looking for responsive sellers to step in, rotate us down, come back down to the overnight VPOC in that 25 area, chop in this area, and then fail and come down and take out this 21 area and close back down between the 1575 and the 2250. That's my hypo 1. Hypo 2 is an open auction in range, a push down into the 25 area and somewhere between 25 and 21, finding initiative buyers and rotating us back up towards 35 and closing somewhere up here, back right inside a balance. Hypo 3 is an open test drive, failed to break above the 29.75, push down very quickly to the 22, 21 area, chop around here, fail, and break down and come down and test the 1575 and then find buyers and close somewhere in around the 22 level. Hypo 4 is a open auction or open test drive or an open drive, a failure to take out the overnight low or the naked VPOC, push up into the 35, chop around here, and then go and test that 40 area and close somewhere between 40 and 35.50. So those are my main hypotheses. Gold continues to find sellers. You know, we went down and made a new low. We tested this key CLVN, actually dipped low below it to 1650, then rotated back up. We're currently trading 18, just going sideways. The 3-day balance is up above at 2250. If they fail to hold the 17 area again, look for them to push through to the 1290. They just have not found their buyers yet. So we could see a push down. Now with the Fed minutes, it'll be interesting to see how gold reacts to that if it finally finds a bid and starts rotating back up. But right now gold is very weak, and I'm anticipating a continuation down. We have had a $39 move down, on this larger time frame rotation. So we're looking. Remember, the highest rotation is between 39 and 42, or 38 and 42. So we could see a counter rotation and a move up, but we still have some capabilities to go lower. But this is weakness in gold. Anyway, that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.